good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you hear this message, I sincerely pray that you're poised to receive, to accept, and to respond to words of wisdom. Ashe. In the late 90s, the internet was launched. And for the first time in 500 years, the Yoruba world had full access to itself, meaning Brazil, Trinidad, Haiti, Venezuela, Jamaica, the United States, Cuba, Puerto Rico, right? All of us could suddenly start engaging in conversations about what we do, how we practice, what we believe, so on and so forth. But none of us were ready for that monumentous family reunion. So instead of focusing on restoring the original African mind, instead of focusing on reassembling the pieces, because everybody got a piece. We got a piece. The Trinidadians got a piece. The Puerto Ricans got a piece. The Cubans got a piece. Everybody got a piece, right? But instead of putting the pieces back together, we argued and we engaged in really senseless wars about who does what right and who has ashe and who does everything wrong and who doesn't have ashe and so on and so forth. At no point in the whole process have we ever even addressed how do we get into this situation. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. It's been 30 years now, and we're still mired in divisive, not at all constructive arguments, debates, slander, etc., and gross consumerism and almost complete ignorance of our real problem, our common foe. So we're not really focused on solving our problem because we haven't even made the effort to address or define our problem. I hope you understand what I'm saying to you. So this is basically a 30-year learning experience in a way, but it's also a tremendous loss simply because we weren't ready when the internet dropped. We didn't have any course charted for ourselves as a community when the internet dropped. We were caught totally off guard, and as a result, our confusion has characterized the environment that permeates our community for 30 years. I want you to think about that. If you love this tradition, I want you to listen to what I just said, and I want you to think about it. We've almost lost a whole generation, and this is the seminal first generation of global Yoruba exposure. And what have we done with the first wave? This is our formative years, y'all. This is our first generation as a global population. How have we raised that first generation? I need you to think. This is what I do. This is why I do what I do. And I can't do it solo. But I need you to think about it. And I need you to understand what is going on and what's not going on, because the next wave is upon us. Whether you think about it or not, whether we plan for it or not, there is another wave. Okay? Because the internet wasn't our idea. It was someone else's idea, part of someone else's plan and strategy. Now the next phase is coming on. Let me tell you the worst thing that you want to happen right now. You don't want for us to not be prepared for the mainstreaming of Orisha. Okay, if you think that the internet skitter scatter was messy and confusing, when Disney gets a hold of it, okay, then we're gonna have, and we're not ready. Now, it's not just bad if Disney gets a hold of our tradition and they tell a story. That in and of itself isn't inherently evil or destructive. It's just that if we're not ready for that and we aren't controlling the narrative, that's going to create a huge problem for us. If Walmart and McDonald's team up, okay, and make a Happy Meal based on our tradition with the merch, the toys, and the whole 9 yards, and we're not ready for that, it's going to be a problem. But as I'm saying it, you know it's happening. And Netflix is perhaps a good example because Netflix, the only source for it is Nollywood, right? They're the only ones who can produce those kinds of stories. So that provides a good template for, okay, where are the other ways in which we have exclusive authority and control over the means of production? I hope you understand what I'm saying to you. It provides a good potential template, but we need to be ready. We need to be ready and across the board to enter into the next phase of mainstream culture. And as we get presented with different opportunities to participate, we need to be ready. And in order to be ready, that means we've got to be dealing from our own frame. We got to be rooted in our own reality. This is why restoring the African mind is essential. That's the whole point of Orisha. That's the whole purpose of Orisha devotion, is to keep you in alignment with the force that brought you to the world. Your Ori is the impulse, the original idea that brought you to the world. That's what you're manifesting throughout the whole journey of life. But you got to be able to make that connection. And that connection doesn't come through beads, pots, and titles. You got to program yourself. You got to have condition. There's certain things that you do for a certain reason that will activate your original mind. That's what we're all about. That's my life's work. That's what all of my books are about. It's what all of my videos are about. It's what all of my blogs and my writing are about. Showing you different pathways into recovering, restoring, retaining, sustaining, purifying, amplifying your original thought. Okay? I'm giving it to you straight because I'm talking to the leaders. I'm talking to the people who are ready to help improve the world through positive influence. I know that you're hearing what I'm saying. I know that you understand the import of the message. I want you to join forces. I want you to participate actively in what we're doing in the School of Orisha Studies, in the Orisha Lifestyle Academy, as we now branch out into establishing the Abeokuta campus. All of this is part of our preparation. This is us taking the necessary steps to ensure that when the next phase unfolds, we're ready. Okay? So if you want to get ready, you want to stay ready, you want to be more ready, find out how Obafemi Origunwa and the Orisha Lifestyle Academy can help you take your practice and your life to the next level. Visit me at obafemio.com or orishalifestyle.com. Let's start working together. I want to help you live the medicine that will heal your life and heal the lives of those who you are destined to serve. I look forward to working with you. Bye for now. Odabo.